Hey there, folks. My name is Dazerin, and I just discovered probably the funniest thing ever. I was on Facebook, and someone had linked to something that's called Gizoogle. Uh, I don't know. I think this is just a temporary thing by Google, and it's absolutely hilarious. So if you go to Gizoogle, you'll you'll get this right here. And Gizoogle, for all y'all biatches who want to find shiznit. Okay, so I was like, okay, so this is kind of funny, this Gizoogle thing. So I Googled YouTube, and it came up YallTube, and if you Google anything, it shows up with like a guy dancing on the side. So I decided to go VVG TV Slender The Arrival review just to see if it would mess with anything, because someone showed their review and it messed with stuff. Here, I'm gonna move myself over here. Oh no, not that. I want to move my webcam. No, not that. I'm gonna move my webcam here over. As you can see, there's a guy dancing there. Anyway, okay. So back to this. So here's my review of Slender the Arrival. And I decided I would just read this to you guys because it's absolutely hilarious. So, Slender The Arrival review. PC game, $10 website, Twizzle by Dazerin. Perhaps the most thugged out anticipated horror game of the year, Slender The Arrival has filled the Nikes of the original Gangsta Slender the 8 pages up in an attempt to scare players up in a way that the original Gangsta never could. Y'all know that shit, motherfucker. With Blue Owl Studios and Parsec Productions hustling up in conjunction, do they bust this hefty feat, biatch, or do Slender The Arrival lose its effect up in a market that is saturated by wannabe clones? So it takes your text and it just straight up messes with it so that it's just like gangsta speak. It's great. Graphics. The straight up first moment you're dropped the fuck into the game, you're surrounded by a lush backdrop of fall trees, a funky ass bright sunny drizzle, and dopely moving grass as the wind passes you by. In comparison to the original Gangsta game, this is like leaping an entire generation up in gaming consoles, up in terms of how the fuck much of an improvement it is for reals. As you begin to find the darker areas of the game, the lack of light might make the area even more terrifying, and you're going to swear to peep things that aren't straight up there. So peekaboo, clear the way. I be coming through for show. Character models for the antagonist, yes. More than one whack guy. Is horrifying and will make you wish you could cuddle up with your teddy bear, spitting some lyrics to your ass. Every last motherfucking thing is gonna be alright. Aight. Whatever engine the game is hustling on, which appears that it could be Unity, though I'm not for certain, do a pimpin' thing of portraying and visualize a shitload of the scariest things you might peep up in a visual game. Alright, gameplay. That's just one thing I reviewed. Okay. Oh man. Yo, Slender The Arrival uses the same old dirty mechanics as the previous game, and the same as the beta, with the only additions being the mobatizzle to pick up keys and open doors. Amnesia steez for reals. Aside from them little small ass additions, it do every last motherfucking thing it need to do accurately and simply enough, cause it got them finger licking chickens with the sauce. There's times where you will want to hit a jump button, yo, but then no such thing exists, and you can put that on your toast. Okay. Oh, where was I? The sprint seems a little arbitrary at times, yo, but it appears that there's a regular stamina meter and an adrenaline meter, neither of which you can peep and have no indication of, because there'd be times where your big ass booty is gonna sprint when an enemy is close. But then there'd be times where you more or less jog or even just juice strut. This arbitrary chisel can be a little frustrating, yo, but it can make sense if you're spamming your shift key. The basics of most levels of the game is freshly smoked up take on the old school Find the 8 Pages game. One requires you to find generators to juice up a little lift, while other levels can be just straightforward linear path. These breakups, these breaks up in between two different types of gameplay keep the game from growing old school too doggy style. Sound. Probably one of the highest points of the game. The sound make the entire title. From the somber and terror-inducing tones of the mixtape to the creepy, dreadful sounds of one particular enemy, your big-ass booty is gonna be yelling at your screen that you don't want to be playing anymore. But you'll continue cause it's so good. Y'all know that shit, motherfucker. I be fly as a gang-banging falcon, soaring all up in the sky, dog. Jump scares lend themselves to big ass jumps in the sound, and as well as we know, for every last motherfucking action here, there be equal and opposite erection, which is gonna be you, the player, jumping out of your seat up in fear. Shit, this ain't no joke. That little bit of voice acting up in the game is done well, and the overall mix and make for a game that you'll be hearing even when you're not playing that shit. I love this. This is so good. Oh, man. The sick thing about Slender's rap is that it's mostly voluntary. Everything you learn is done so all up in notes, lyrics, and signs that you find up in the environment. Similar to how the fuck Left 4 Dead left that rap spitting some lyrics to them players whose ass wanted to seek it out. The basics of the rap revolve around going to your player's doggy den and find it empty, and from there, figuring out what the fuck happened. Y'all know that shit, motherfucker. From there, it's all left to the player and shit. If they wish to pursue the story, then they can explore and figure it out. If they want to just get some fat scares, them is there like a motherfucker. The rap itself isn't straight up heavy, except for how the fuck the player's characters pimps all up in the game, yo, but it's enough to want to keep moving forward and investigating further. Replay value. What made the original gangster game so easy as fuck to replay was the fact that Slender Man was a random encounter and shit. Yo ass never knew when the thug would pop up, and in The Arrival, this maniac pushes the envelope. Not only do Slender Man step the fuck up whenever the fuck wants, his thugged out little punk ass becomes more aggressive all up in the story. The game becomes so tense for me at one point, I was sweating and had to stop my play session. I ain't talking about chicken and gravy, biatch. On top of that, the way the map is made is now randomized. Y'all know that shit, motherfucker. In the 8 pages, all the notes and all the location was mostly static. In The Arrival, these things move and shizzle every last motherfucking time you play them. Don't expect to know where anything is on a given level, cause it can chisel once you hit that retry button or just start a freshly smoked up game. It's a funky ass solid scam to make the game more replay thugged out and to ensure that the scares remain fresh and plentiful. Recap. Pros, graphics is dope. The sound is the dopest part of the game. Voluntary storyline, high replay value. Cons. Some mechanics can be a little clunky or arbitrary. While voluntary, some more depth in rap would been sick. Rather short. If you played the 8 pages and looking for the next scare to straight up get your adrenaline pumping and to get you to yell like you did when you first saw Slender Man right behind you, this game ain't gonna disappoint. The Gizoogle of more than one enemy and a straight up welcome one will keep you on the edge of your seat as you scramble to stay one step ahead of your foes. For $10, you can't go whack getting this indie title, as it's one of the dopest indie titles to come out in the market of game horror. If you want to peep my entire play all up in the Peep Me Get Terrified, check them up below. That was amazing. That's so great. I love this. Oh man. So yeah, you can go to Gizoogle and you can just whatever. You Google anything, and the website will show up like this with all the text messed up like that. And it's really well done. I Oh, and I love this at the top of the screen here. You'll notice, like right here, VVG TV indie games where the ass and ass is. Oh, that's so good. All right, I just wanted you guys to see this because it's hilarious. But anyway, okay, so thank you so much for watching. Like, favorite, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will catch you in the next video. Oh, that's so funny. That's so good. Oh man.